The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Joel, we figured we should talk about this with you.
Yes,
the Bezos
definitely.
wedding.
I know, we get the scoop on it now that I'm here in the mornings.
I know.
This is great. I mean, it has consumed the world, this wedding, and it was delayed, this wedding, because they hadn't done the prenup in time. It was meant to be in Aspen, and then they moved it to Venice, and
everybody was chanting,
we
want prenup, we want prenup. The Venetians are bang up for it. They loved every minute of it, didn't they? I love there was a massive kind of banner put up that said, if you can afford to hire Venice for your wedding, you can afford to pay tax.
That
is great. The best.
Well, they're sinking, aren't they, poor Venice?
Yeah, they are.
When the Kardashians land, that's not going to help.
Hey, Joel, can I ask you? It was everyone that's probably read all the stories and seeing all these celebrities come in. Would you go to a wedding that you don't know the people of?
100%, of course. If it was this wedding, of course I would. But they had 200 people at their wedding, like people from Oprah. Gail was there. Astronaut Gail. Don't we all? All the Kardashians, Sydney Sweeney, Tom Brady, Scooter Braun. Do they not have any real friends?
I know, that is a weird accumulation of people.
Yeah.
Do we know how close they are to, say, Sydney Sweeney?
That's the one that's really stuck out to me. Like,
out of all of them.
Why is Jeff Bezos, the second richest man in the world, mates with Sydney Sweeney?
It doesn't seem right.
Why does she get an invite?
I know. I mean, I guess your wedding's going to look good. The photos are going to look good if Sydney Sweeney's in them. Because she's beautiful.
Yes, but is Orlando Bloom hooked up with Sydney Sweeney? And Orlando was just here last week because Katy Perry was in town, Joel. What's the goss on that?
Well, they're saying that they split up in Perth. So, Perth, you've done a number on poor Katy. She's still on tour.
She got to have a quokka selfie, though, so not a complete loss.
She got a quokka selfie. Did she go to the bell tower?
Oh, no doubt. I think that was first on the list, yeah.
Yes, bell tower, Westfield Carousel. And, I hope she got a muzz. And, Orlando then went to the wedding. And although Orlando, claims to be this eco-warrior, then he's on, the $400 million yacht Koru, which is Jeff Bezos' yacht, because I think they had to move it all offshore because the people of Venice were going to attack otherwise.
Yes, that's right. The Venetians were going to rise up against them. It was a 3-day extravaganza, though. Is that a bit much for a wedding? Because I'd be just tired. I don't want to have to wear heels again, No,
I also hate the recovery day. Don't make it come to recovery.
Oh, Nat,
it's just too big a commitment. I don't want to... I get the premise of the recovery day, and the recovery day is fine if you're just going to the pub and everybody's just, very low-key. But when it's you've got to get dressed up for the recovery day, no thank you. No,
and I'm really trying one on the night before, so I'm not coming to recovery.
Yeah, and apparently they were still dancing at 3 a.m.
Yeah, why not? If you're going to go all the way to Venice for a, 3-day bender, you might as well go hard.
I don't want to spend 3 days on your wedding. I want to, also wander around on my own and buy some Venetian glass. Do you know what I mean?
Buy a little sexy Venetian mask.
they sell leather gloves there. You know what I mean? I've got other things I could be doing in Venice other than going to another function for your wedding.
Well, it was a Gatsby themed, yeah.
Was it Gatsby themed?
Yes.
All of it?
All of it, or was it just
No, I don't think
one of the events was Gatsby themed? And I went to a recent birthday party, and my wife got all our stuff from Temu, so that was an absolute steal, Joel.
Right, I'm sure that's what Tom Brady did as well.
Yes, they all flew in Jetstar. I'd love to know what they're asking their private chefs for, because they're all in on private planes and they're all going out on private planes. They're all going to be a little bit hungover, I should hope. And I would love to know what they're ordering from their private jets on the way home. I need a greasy burger.
Well, what do you get on yours?
Oh, yeah, on the creasy jet.
The creasy G6.
Qantas are really into the ploughman's board at the moment. I've done a few ploughmans lately.
Look,
really hard to eat.
I want to talk to people about when the wedding or the big celebration's gone. It's over the top. I'm really happy for you, but that's too much.
Too much.
It's
3
too
days.
much. 3 days is too much. And because of the Americans, they love the rehearsal dinner. And it's not just the people that are going to the rehearsal. Everybody gets invited to the rehearsal dinner. It's what's the point of this? We're doing it again tomorrow. This isn't even the real deal.
Sister.
Why? Why do we have to go to these things? That's another dress. It's another pair of shoes I have to pack.
Outfit.
That's another time I have to do my hair. Stop it.
Nat just wants to buy Venetian imitation glass. Give her a break.
Somebody think of me.
Yes, I'm over it.
Pricey, who we work with, burst into the studio and said, I've got a story for you. Take it away,
Tell us
Pricey.
all.
I really do. So my best friend is getting married this year. We're going to Austria for it.
Austria.
We're going to Austria.
Austrian?
She is not. She's Canadian, but she's marrying a German guy, and their favourite place to ski, everybody, is in Austria.
Oh,
Right.
beautiful,
Right?
beautiful.
So, of course, we're all going to trek it to Austria. This is
Kitzbühel.
This is 2 flights for me and a 2-hour drive just to get there.
Yes.
It's a 3-day event like Bezos, but also it's you have to wear block colours at the wedding.
What?
So you can't wear a pattern.
You can't wear
Yeah,
patterns.
no pinstripes.
It's literally on their website, no patterns.
On their website?
They've got a
website.
They've got a website?
They've got a
Lots of
website.
weddings have websites.
Yeah.
Do
now.
they?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do. And so,
that's
on the wedding
too
day,
much.
no patterns. The day before the wedding, we all have to wear traditional German dress. So I have to buy a
Get that
dirndl.
from?
This is a great story as well. But I have to buy a dirndl, and Jamie has a lederhosen because he's been talking.
Sure.
Yeah. So
It's always fun. It's always funny knowing which other countries outfits you can wear without getting cancelled. And I feel
Yeah.
like Germany, is still
Germany,
allowed to wear
Austria, yeah.
lederhosen,
Outside of Oktoberfest.
Yes.
So looking
What
for
else?
a dirndl, my really rich friends are like, just use this website. I got one off here, and
They're really expensive.
the cheapest dirndl was €200.
Yes.
And I was like vomiting in my mouth. And then
Timo?
so what I did is I just had a look at that actual brand on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh.
Comes up this wonderful girl called Alana. She had to go to a wedding in Germany and wear traditional dress, and she was selling it on Perth Facebook Marketplace.
I knew
amazing.
Alana.
Score it for? What did you score it for?
I got it for $150.
Yeah, it's still.
It's still expensive,
I know,
isn't it?
you're never going to wear it again. You're
I know, I
obviously
was
just
gonna
going to
say,
sell it on
Go
Marketplace
to a
again.
costume shop. It's like Walk the Plank still there, or what was the one I used to go rummaging
Doyle's.
through?
Doyle's, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I used to always go rummaging through that costume shop trying to find you guys costumes for like breakfast OBs and stuff.
Pricey.
Pricey.
Jumping
That's a
through the
lot.
hoops there.
That's a lot, especially when you already got a fly to Vienna.
Lots of schnitzel though.
I know, block cut. Yeah,
Love a
exactly.
schnitzel and schnapps.
Kurt's in Byford. Morning, Kurt.
Good morning, crew. How are you today?
Good,
Kurt.
buddy. Now, talk to us. I mean, you're very happy for these people, but did they go a bit over the top?
I'm actually very, very happy for them. But yes, it was my cousin. So my cousin, who's an anaesthetist, and he was marrying his paediatrician wife, and they decided that they would like to go quite extreme. And the extreme part was that it was going to be a 3-day bend or a 3-day wedding over in
Bend,
Bali,
okay.
where they would hire out a massive villa that would sleep up to about 80 people in Canggu, just outside of Canggu.
Yeah.
So basically everyone would meet there on the first day, which was a Friday, and it would be this almighty dress-up sort of party thing where the food would be catered for, and that would go on for hours and hours. Then the Saturday was the actual wedding. I was one of the groomsmen, so he's very, very pedantic about what you wear in terms of the pants, the pleats on the pants, the shirt. He was that type of guy. The colour of the shoe, the tone of the shoe. And so that went through, and the wedding was absolutely amazing. It was an outdoor wedding. Was catered. It was insane. And then it finished off with a day on the front of this on the front of this villa on the Sunday, where it was completely catered for food and alcohol throughout the entire day, which everyone came to from all different parts of Bali in terms of all the family that weren't staying at the actual resort that he
fresh
hired
in from
out.
Kuta.
And this literally went for 3 days straight.
Was it a
So
bit like, were you exhausted by the end of it?
I was exhausted after the first night.
Okay, right.
Yeah, because you're in the bridal
You've got
party,
to
mate.
back
You gotta-
up
you gotta
for
put
the
in.
wedding. Like, that's not... You're not doing it right. The wedding should be the main event, you know?
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was. Look, don't get me wrong. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was a great weekend. But the partying, the alcohol, the wedding, and just going on. I mean, by the third day, all you wanted to do was just have a sleep.
Yeah, please let me go
Yeah.
home.
Not wake up for 6 hours straight. But it went for 3 days straight, which was incredible.
Yeah,
Are
because
you-
on paper that sounds amazing, doesn't it?
does,
Like you go,
right?
the Bali, it would be so beautiful, but it's like, no, I just
No,
need a nap now.
I agree. I was going to say, are you calling in from rehab? Like, how are you feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. I needed it after that.
Oh, well, your one call of the day.
Yeah. Thanks, Kurt. Amber's in Baldivis. Hello.
Hello, good morning,
Morning,
everybody.
Amber.
How are you all?
Great, Amber. When were you happy for them, but they went a bit overboard?
Oh, well, to be honest, it hasn't happened yet. It's next year, but it's my partner's brother's wedding, and we have to fly to England, and they're getting married in the Cotswolds, which,
Yes.
Beautiful.
a couple of hours away from the hometown, and then we have to fly to France and drive 2 or 3 hours to a chateau in the middle of nowhere for a 4-day event.
Oh, my
And
God.
there's-
Stop.
Why are they having it in 2 countries?
I know, and so that's the thing. It's a small, intimate wedding in the Cotswolds for the family that can't travel, but we have to, of course, go to both. And then, yes, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, and it's just, there's no cafe there. There's no,
cafe.
Not even a cafe?
But you're staying in a chateau, mate. You don't need a cafe.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look, I could think of worse things to be doing, but I'm like, oh, my God, that's 4 dresses, including the wedding 5.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, my God.
You're going to have
it's
to
gonna
rinse
be
out your
insane.
Spanx. There's a lot on the line here.
Sweaty Spanx.
Amber, how much is it all going to cost you?
Oh,
Nat,
my
straight to the
God, I
money.
dread to think. Yes, flights and, yes, a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Wow, your listeners are so bougie. Can I just say, we don't have people calling
We
Ricky
are-
Lee, Tim and
to be-
Joel going, we're going to England and France for a wedding. It's normally surfer's paradise.
We only had 2, to be fair. The rest of them thought, this does not apply to me.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Things are really ramping up. We've got Joel Creasy with us, by the way, I should say.
Good morning. Good
There he
morning,
is.
Joel.
Joel, you're in Melbourne, of course, which is the epicentre of the mushroom trial.
Oh, hang on. Well, lucky this isn't being a broadcast in Melbourne. Epicentre is a triggering word for us Melburnians. Epicentre, pandemic,
pandemic,
rat. But yes, oh my gosh, the mushroom, the chat about mushrooms around town
I can imagine.
has consumed us.
Yeah, for sure. So today is an important day in the trial. So the judge will finish he instructs the jury, and then what happens is they do a ballot, because it turns out that there's 14 jurors who've been sitting through everything.
Yeah.
But only 12 get to deliberate. So then they do a ballot,
God.
and that means there are going to be 2 jurors who've sat through every minute of that trial, and you don't know that whether you're going to be deliberating. So you have to pay attention, Sean, to every fight.
Yeah, how do you
Little tiny detail.
Oh no, you said it's a ballot, right? I was going to say,
Yes.
like, do you pitch your case? Like, I'd be so great at making this decision.
They do a quick round of Shark Tank to decide who
I'm
gets
out.
to be
I'm
in
out.
it.
I mean,
No, that's not fair. If you sat there the whole time through, this has been going on for weeks and weeks, and
Yeah,
it's Australia-wide.
we're at 9 weeks.
You've formed an opinion.
Yes, you have. And
Yes.
you've been paying attention. You've been present in the moment for all of it. You've sat through the judge giving 3 days worth of instructions.
yes, you've been
Please.
avoiding beef Wellingtons
You
or
haven't been
mushrooms for
talking
months.
about it to your family because you're not allowed to discuss it with anybody else. You have
would
to
suck.
only form your opinions from what you've heard in the courtroom, right? So you have been on edge and everybody's been coming at you with their opinions and you've got to deflect it for 9 weeks. And then it gets to today and they do the ballot and you and a mate have to just sit there and go,
Well, you're not even good enough to be a
sat through
juror.
all of that for nothing.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've
I
gone along
just-
to something and then you've not been a part of it?
I mean,
Yes.
have you, Joel? What have you got?
Oh yeah, my ex, who he's American. He lived in LA.
Yep.
I knew that he had moved on. I had discovered the text messages, but he had a premiere that night, and I really wanted to go to a Hollywood. I'm doing that in inverted commas
Yes,
premiere.
yes.
And I knew it was over, but I still went along and stood front and center in every photo. But then I realized he did not want me there, so I went and hung in the bathroom for like 2 hours, and nobody noticed.
Oh.
Tragic.
That is
But it's
very
okay.
sad.
No. I plied him with booze and I pretended like I was drinking too. And then the next morning when he had a ripper of a hangover, I just belted him. I was like, get up! I know everything. So, it was all planned.
That's
all
the
staged.
redemption round for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you sat through the flight to LA,
Heartache, Natalie Locke.
the
I sat
party,
through
and
heartache.
then you sat in the toilet for 2
Sit in the
hours.
hot tub for 2 hours. Oh, now that's going through a bit.
That is going through a bit. Look, we've got to talk about it. 13, 24, 10. Did you sit through a whole lot of something and it amounted to nothing, whatever it might be?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Maybe you went to a wedding and it was a big palaver and then they broke up almost immediately. that would just be annoying, you know?
That's a good one. Does your NDA get wiped? I would be fine if I got to sit through it. My NDA gets
and then
wiped.
You could talk about it.
Yes, and I have a great dinner party story.
Oh, that would be good.
It's true because you're not, I mean, they're really concerned about how jurors talking about the deliberation process, but you're not a part of that. So maybe, although
not my problem.
I remember Nathan got in trouble for talking about the biscuits. So
he did. He got warned.
He did get warned by the judge. I know, that's right. Don't talk about the biscuits.
Okay.
It's very private. We want to know if you sat through a whole lot of something and it turned out to be worth nothing. Caitlin's in Joondalup. Hello.
Hi, good morning, guys. Long-time listener.
Oh, Caitlin.
First time caller, Caitlin.
So I'm just ringing in. So my partner and I were living overseas in the UK at the time. We flew for 22 hours for my cousin's wedding. We did the whole thing, like dress rehearsal, brought the bridesmaids' dresses, et cetera, et cetera. 3 months later, they divorced.
Oh. No.
Yep. And we found out the whole family actually had dibs on how long me and my partner.
That's fun. That's nice.
We do that in my family.
It's a really positive outlook, isn't it?
Yes, especially at a wedding.
I reckon
Yeah.
that if you get divorced within a year, you should have to refund people that spent
I
a lot of
agree.
money,
Totally
don't
agree.
you? I mean,
I think.
it's bridesmaids, especially, is big outlay, but also
Absolutely.
give the presents back.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
because my mother-in-law paid for our flights over, I felt so bad because I had to pay her back.
Oh.
What?
No, you shouldn't have to pay back
No,
your mother-in-law. You
absolutely
shouldn't get
not.
divorced.
I think the bride should have paid for the flights personally.
I agree.
Yeah, out
I'm
of the
throwing
wishing
her under
well.
the bus.
We're outraged. Isn't that what it's for?
Yeah.
Thanks, Caitlin. Josh is at Alkimos. Morning, Josh.
Good morning. How are we?
Good,
Great,
Josh.
mate. Did you have to sit through something forever and it amounted to nothing?
Yeah, so I worked for a school, and they sent me on with a colleague to a week-long training cinema. So it was from like 8 till 4 every day. It was meant to help with their school and like all the local schools around and everything like that.
Yep.
And then the day that it finished, I got a new job offer and I took it.
A week of training. That's amazing. That's amazing.
And the worst thing about it is that the person I was going with, you had to teach it with two people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I left, he couldn't teach it.
Oh, so
he's doing
he's
it again for everyone else.
He's our next caller, actually.
Did you say it was a teaching seminar?
Yeah.
So you're really across no hat, no play in your new workplace.
That's right. Crunch and sip, Joel.
Pretty important stuff. Love your work. Thanks, Josh. And we'll finish with Michelle from Joondalup. Hello.
Good morning.
Okay, Michelle, talk to us. Did you sit through something forever and it amounted to nothing?
Oh, I did. So I was flying out of London and we hopped on the plane and they'd boarded everybody. Then we got this announcement that there was an issue with the starter engine and they didn't want to disembark everybody because we'd all been through security and passport control and that sort of thing. So they're like, sit
You've all
tight,
had
we'll get
champagne.
this fixed. Absolutely. So anyway, 4 hours later, with no air, you can imagine there were a lot of very stinky, cranky passengers by this point because we had no entertainment because the starter engine wouldn't work and no air because the starter engine wouldn't work. They came back on the microphone and went, yeah, sorry, guys, we can't get it fixed. Everyone off and the flight's cancelled.
Oh, you sat on the
cancelled.
plane for 4 hours and
And they cancelled it.
that doesn't work for me.
I mean,
You really need to watch Poop Cruise on Netflix. It'll put that into perspective for you. Don't you worry.
That's a
Oh
great
my
point.
gosh, Poop Cruise on Netflix is wild.
it does bring to mind too the people that we talked about it last week, but they took off to go to Paris from Perth, and then 7.5 hours in because of the conflict in the Middle East, it was turned around.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
they sat on the plane for 15 hours, and when they got off, they were in exactly the same spot they were when they started.
Bonjour, welcome back to Perth.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Joel, we're about to have a bit of a break. So we basically get school holidays off. I'm, as you know, I'm off to Turkey and Greece because I like to, fly into conflict zones.
Yeah, you do.
Fun with that.
Yeah, thank
it's
you.
been nice knowing you, Nat. I think you've done a great job. You've been the backbone of Nova 937, and what a treat to be on air with you.
So literally, you're
have a
taking
firework,
over from
don't
me.
you? A fireworks show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not convinced, not 100% convinced that I am going because the situation's so volatile. Anything could happen between now and Friday night. But fingers crossed. And somebody I know from the dog park, which is, of course, the hub of
that's where you get all the goss.
social. It is indeed. She left just a couple of days ago, and she's going to exactly the same place as me. So into Turkey, and then she's going to Greece and staying on the same island as me as well. So she's like paving the way. So if she survives, then I'll follow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, but what are you doing?
Sean and I are having an affair, and we're both going to Bali.
Finally, the news is out.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe we're breaking it this way.
Joel said, if I pay, will you come?
Yeah.
Sean will
Sean calls
literally
me
do
daddy.
anything.
I'm like, Sean, stop calling me daddy. It's weird. It's so strange.
No, it's weird for you, but it just suits. It just suits
it's
the
nice
moment.
for you. No, we're both going to Bali.
It's very Perth of you.
I know, far north Perth. We're going to. I'm just popping up to far north Perth because the whole family's still in Perth, and it's my parents' 70th, so we're going up to celebrate with the whole family, partners, babies, the whole shebang. I've never been to Bali though and not gotten Bali belly.
Oh,
Any tips?
So every time you go, you get sick.
Every time, but 24 hours, and then they whack a drip in my arm, and I'm fine.
And you're super skinny.
I look fantastic upon return. Although I remember once I was lying on the floor of the bathroom, like on the cold tiles. I was so unwell, and Jack, my fiance, walked in. And he goes, "What are you doing down there?" As if I'd chosen to sleep the entire night down there. And then he just stepped over me and went to the buffet.
Stepped over and went to the buffet. Hey, Joel, my wife takes some powder. I'll get the name of it.
Wow, that's another big call.
She drinks this one, though. This is different to the other one.
Okay, right.
But she is one person who gets it time after time, and we went there earlier this year because we had to go to a wedding, and she got through unscathed. Now, my daughter, on the other hand, when we get there, she always has a Yakult.
Yes,
Every
the
single day.
probiotics. Yes.
Yes, probiotics. And anyway, the first day that we got there early this year when my daughter was there and she hadn't had her Yakult, she was telling people down the beach how she's never got Bali belly. I reckon by 12 o'clock that night, she was sick as a dog.
So the answer to your question, Joel, is to not say I've never had barley belly because that will definitely bring it on.
Definitely
bring it
boast
on.
about it.
Yes.
Okay, and take some Yakult.
So,
Jack thinks Yakult is like a dessert. He has no idea what it is. He thinks he thinks it's like an after dinner, like a little
I know, but he was like an international model, and so he doesn't know what dessert is,
correct.
does he?
Thank you for reminding
We've all seen Zoolander.
of that. I've done really well.
So, do you take the Yakult with you, or do you buy it when you're
No,
up
just
there?
get them from the 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven's there.
Yeah.
Circle K's there. They're all there, Joel. Otherwise, I will get you the name of this powder that Megan takes, which is the probiotics for your stomach. And first time, she got through.
And
She just started taking it.
Red cordial, doesn't that protect
I've
you?
done the red cordial trick before.
It didn't work.
Oh, Joel would be off his nut. Imagine how high he would be.
Yeah, fun for the family. My mum said I should have started taking probiotics a month ago, and I'm going to start today or tomorrow. I don't know if that's long enough to build up tolerance in my system, but I'll give it a crack.
I love that you can't even commit to today. I'm going to start taking today.
Exhausting.
Tomorrow. I've got a lot on.
Am I going to pass the chemist today? I don't know.
No. We don't know.
Hey, Joel, what's the other thing about going to Bali these days is filling out the visa and going through all that stuff?
There's a visa you have to fill out?
Yes, because you've got to use your passport photo and all that kind of information and upload it.
So you do it online before you go? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, online before you go.
Joel,
Really?
you should do it, and then because guaranteed you'll be the only one in the family who's done it, and then they all get turned back, and you get to have the whole villa to yourself.
Oh yeah, see you later, family. See you, Creasy's. Back to Perth. Oh, that'd be great.
Although, of course, Jenny's listening right now, isn't she?
Morning, Jen.
Oh, yeah, that just crossed my mind as I was saying that would be great. Hi, Mum. Thanks for the free trip to Bali.
She's already had a few wines. Don't worry, she'll forget.
Of course,
all right.
it's the morning.
I know. All right, well, keep an eye out for the Creasy's and the McManuses if you are headed to Bali next week, because what a double act that is.
What a dream combo.
Yeah, and Ross, you're going too,
Oh, my
Ross.
God.
Yeah, a couple of weeks later, I'll be at the Padma. So on Sean's recommendation.
On Sean's dime. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Just put it on Sean's bill.
What did you say, Sean? If you pay...
Yeah, I did
Well,
say.
I think now I'm paying for you as well. If I'm Sean's daddy, what are you? You're my grandchild.
We'll just get Ross the roll-out bed. He'll be fine. and some earmuffs.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.